Madam Chair, Madam Chairperson, Senator Po, can we ask some questions on the land aspect before we move to aviation? Or would you prefer that we, because I think we're going to go into different sectors already, or would you prefer that we wait for all of the sectors to be tackled?
I think maybe you can write your questions down. Then we can go back to the how many presentations will we have? Just 3. So let's two more
All
to
right,
go.
we'll go after.
We'll go.
Good morning to the honorable senators, and with the permission of the chair. I will start off with the Manila International Airport. One of the challenges is to operate an airport infrastructure that is safe and secure, compliant with international standards. Foremost is to maintain our country status of Category 1. That is important to be in Category 1 because that is a status of safety and security for our country that will allow our aviation sector to continue flying throughout the world. One of the challenges is in complying with this would be our ability to provide a comprehensive modern security system. It is a procurement issue because we need to get one immediately so that we can have a real modern security system for the 4 terminals in Manila Airport. When I say modern, it has the facilities and to recognize the biometric features. It can trace the movement of people. And it will have a central command that can effectively manage the security situation. We also have as a second solution, in view of the recent transfer of screeners from the OTS to the airport and to the CAAP. We have reviewed that the OTS, the mandate of OTS, which is the Office of the Transport Security, is to really regulate and come up with designs and standards for the transportation industry. But insofar as screening is concerned and the equipment to do this function for the protection of airport facilities, it has been devolved and transferred, or in the process of being transferred to Manila International Airports, the different airports, and the CAAP airports. However, there is a need in the case of MIA to have a reorganization plan because there is no plantilla to accommodate them, and we will simply need to come up with this solution as quickly as possible. Another challenge for MIAA is to maximize the runway utilization. This is really at the heart of the congestion of Manila. As you know, we have a perpendicular runway, and there is an inherent limitation on our ability to accept more flights. So we need to adopt techniques that involve both technology and civil works. When it comes to civil works, you have what you call the RET, which is the Rapid Exit Taxiway, which would be reducing the time, the occupancy time of the aircraft every time they land in our airports. We will also need taxiways and aprons so that we can improve the traffic within the airport complex. And of course, aeronautical navigational equipment. No? This has, one of the reasons why we have diverted flights would be in one of the runways, one of the instrument landing equipment is not working, and we've been waiting for supplies, equipment, parts to come in. No? This, of course, impairs the efficiency of the aircraft when there's bad weather to land in Manila. And then therefore it compels Manila Tower to move.
Excuse me, ma'am, Madam Chair, can you be a little bit more specific? Are you talking about radar or ILS?
ILS.
ILS.
Yes, the ILS in one of the short runway.
And they're out of commission right now?
Yes, it's not working right now. So you need to.
That's bad
only one for the short runway. So it doesn't mean that it cannot land. Aircraft cannot land. No, you use the RNAV procedure to land in that
or
strip.
VFR.
Yes.
Or GPS.
But without the ILS, you're required to have a lower altitude of visibility in order to land, and in bad weather, if that's not available, you're diverted. So again, this would be a procurement issue. the sooner we're able to buy this equipment and other equipments for Manila Airport, the better for not only the safety of the airport, not only for decongesting airport, but impacting also on the tourism industry, for the Philippines. Another challenge would be the communication systems and computerization of processes. NATS, which is an advisor of the government, they run Heathrow Airport. They have come up with a list of recommendations that they are finalizing. They have observed that there are a lot more equipments, communications and computerizations processes that should be undertaken by Manila Airport. And again, we need to acquire them as soon as possible. For CAAP, one of the challenges is to accelerate the transfer of general aviation, not only to Sangli, but to Clark or to Subic, So I think the idea is to transfer them outside of Manila because there are other facilities that can accommodate them. We would need special powers for this because there will come a point where more than just encouraging them, we really have to ask them to move out to decongest Manila. A second challenge would be sustaining ICAO, FAA Category 1 status and EU safety and security ratings. Again, this all deals with facilities, equipment, and also the training of personnel. The training of personnel it takes time, but we need to invest on them immediately. And again, we need to abbreviate the process of procuring the services to equip our personnel with the proper ratings and trainings and skills. A third challenge for CAAP is extending night operations of the provincial airports. And the reason for that is if you can have more flights flying after 5 from Manila and to provincial airports, then we will be able to expand the working time of Manila Airport in both ways. For CAB, one of the challenges would be the over-concentration of flights in Manila Airport. 98% of tourism comes by air, and the bulk of those traffic comes through Manila. So if they have inefficiencies in Manila, they call this, we have a problem. So one way of solving that is empowering CAB to accelerate its ability and power to engage in what we call traffic redistribution. It is really telling the commercial carriers to fly to Clark, to Subic, to Cebu, or some other destinations so that we can immediately decongest Manila. Thank you, Your Honor.